ever walked into your favorite retailer and screamed, unsubscribe me, because you received a sales email from them? I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened yet. As coaches, course creators, authors, creative entrepreneurs, that seems to be the case in our own businesses. I want to talk to you about something that I've had a recent conversation with many of my members, and I wanted to share it here with you because I think we need to be talking about this. I want you to imagine this scenario. You walk into your favorite retailer, you pick up a cute planner, some sparkly pens, maybe a few fun stickers. You walk up to the checkout, you buy, and you leave with your purchases. So as you get home, I'm pretty certain not once are you thinking to yourself, gee, I really wish Kiki K would send me, a nurture email, some more tips around how I can use my planner before they send me a sales email. Right? We're not thinking that. Yet we seem to apply that same philosophy to coaches, course creators, service-based businesses, right? We think that in order for any of them to sell to us, they first have to do a whole bunch of hoop jumping, all the things. Now, I'm all for nurturing and selling in an email, right? I'm all for providing value, but asking for the sale. But what I'm not here to do, and I want you to think about this for yourself, is I don't need to send you a whole bunch of free things to, make you feel amazing before I actually ask for a sale. Because business is business, and none of your favorite retailers are ever thinking, oh my gosh, I wonder if that email that I sent out yesterday was too salesy, right? Doesn't even come across their radar. So, why are we putting this standard and expectation on online businesses? It's a weird thing, don't you think? Here's another scenario to kind of just hit the nail on the head. Imagine you buy a pair of shoes from Nike, right? Buy a pair of shoes, you've got your sneakers. Now, you're not going to turn around and blame Nike for you're not being fit. You bought the sneakers. Now it's your job to go and do the exercise, to go to the gym, to go for a run, to go for a walk, whatever, right? You're not turning around and saying to Nike, well, I bought the shoes. Now it's your fault that I'm not fit, that I haven't lost the weight, right? That seems ridiculous when I put it in that context. However, this is the exact same idea that people seem to have when they purchase a course, participate in a coaching program, whatever, right? I can't tell you how many emails I have received that go along these lines. Hey, Lise, I bought your, Leads on Autopilot course last year. I haven't used it. Can I get a refund? No, no, you can't, right? Like you legitimately can't. Because here's the thing, it's not my job to make you take action, right? I've done my job. I presented the offer. I asked for the sale, and I also said why this will help you, right? Those are all the things that are covered on the sales page. It's what's included in any of my nurture and sell emails. Once you purchase the thing, the onus is on you to take action, right? So anytime someone has sent me any type of email like that, very politely and with love, I have said no, there are no refunds. And in fact, I have a zero refund policy for that reason. When you run a digital business, right, when everything that you sell is online, it's intangible, why would you offer a refund? Because there are nuances. It's just the same as you buying a nonfiction book. You grab this book, you start reading it, and you start to go, oh, you know what? I actually don't gel with this author's point of view. And then you go and leave a 1-star review, and the 1-star review looks something like this. I didn't really gel with what the author was saying. It doesn't speak to the content of the book. It doesn't speak to the quality of content. It's just, I didn't gel. Now, that's not a true 1-star review, right? That's just a, hey, if you purchase this on Amazon, just ask for a refund scenario. So, why do we have these double standards? Well, I want to open the conversation. So, I'd love to hear from you what your experience is, how you feel about this, right? I also want you to know that you do not need to spend all your time nurturing and not selling. This is why inside the Grow Nurture Sell Collective, and it's a program all on its own, I have a training called the Nurture and Sell Framework. And it shows you how to do this. And every single email that you send to nurture and sell, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with selling, right? Here is one final scenario to just make sure we're all on the same page. Imagine you received an email from Apple, right? Apple announces the new iPhone is coming out. Then the very next day, they're sending you a promo on the latest iPad. And then the day after that, they're sending you another thing about their latest AirPods, whatever. Not once are you thinking, oh my God, I'm so sick and tired of receiving emails from Apple. 9 times out of 10, what you're going to do is either buy or delete the email most of the time. Because if you actually like Apple products, you want to stay on their email list, you just might not be ready to buy right now. And that's totally fine. At no point is Apple thinking, worrying about whether they need to adjust their email marketing strategy, because they're sending you something, letting you know, hey, this thing is available. You've already indicated that you're interested because you've purchased an Apple product from us before. So we're just going to let you know when the next thing is available. Sounds completely normal to me. Yet that does not seem to filter through to those of us that are running coaching, course creation businesses, right? We have an online business, we're selling the intangible. So why do we think it needs to be any different? Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't. So here is how you can reframe this for yourself. Number one, I want you to remember you're in business and business is business. You already know that you're selling something of value. Otherwise, why are you doing this, right? So we don't even need to have the value conversation. You are doing your audience a disservice if you don't tell them again and again and again that you have something that can genuinely help them. And you have to trust that if they don't like the email that you send that particular day, they have two or maybe three options. They can either buy, they can either delete the email, or they can unsubscribe. Either scenario is totally fine and absolutely nothing personal to do with you, because business is business, right? That's it. You deserve to get paid for what it is that you're putting out into the world. But I also want you to remember that in order for people to find you, you have to tell them about you. You can't have the mentality of, I just want to coach or I just want to write. Don't we all, right? At the end of the day, when you are running your own business, it's your job to tell people what you have and to let them know again and again and again. Because when you also remember and understand that we are not here to convince anybody that to buy our stuff, right? We're just here to present the opportunity, make sure that we're very clear on who this is for, who it's not for, how it helps. And then when someone is ready, they will buy. But you don't need to convince them to do that. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this gave you kind of an idea of how you can start to reframe this for yourself and stop the madness, stop the double standards, and rethink how you approach working with online coaches, course creators, authors, and stop doing things like sending an email asking for a refund simply because you didn't actually take action. Okay, lovelies, if you want more information about how to really present the offer every single day, the Daily Sales Ecosystem is how I do all of that. And the video that is coming up on your screen right now walks you through that entire process. Go ahead and check that out, and I will see you there.